JKB back with another episode. Today on the show, I'm reviewing Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. Thank you to Sega for sending over the review copy. Banana Mania is a collection of the 3 first games released back in the day, not to age myself, but this is the 20th anniversary of Super Monkey Ball, so you're getting the 3 games enhanced and remastered for next generation, including the PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PC, Nintendo Switch. It's available basically for everything. So a very long time ago on the Nintendo GameCube, Super Monkey Ball came out, and at the time I worked at GameStop and I was a manager there, and it was a crazy time for gaming. I remember the GameCube coming out and Resident Evil 4 was gigantic on that system, and Wind Waker and Super Mario Sunshine. Those were the classic days of the GameCube. And yeah, Super Monkey Ball was a huge part of that. It was kind of the quintessential party game back in the day, and I could still see it being that. However, some people might find it a little difficult. Now, what do you do in Super Monkey Ball? Well, it's quite simple. The premise of the game and the gameplay mechanic loop is the same throughout the whole game except for the party games. And the object of the game is to get your monkey ball to the end of the level and get through the goalposts. It's that simple. But you don't move the monkey ball itself, you move the level. This means you're tilting the level to roll the ball, and it is so ridiculous at times because it introduces holes in the level and twists and turns and all sorts of things as you get deeper into it, but also jumping and understanding the physics of how far this ball is going to actually go if you're tilting it at a certain degree, and you got to really focus in on paying attention to what you're doing because there's certain aspects of the game that you really have to nail down, and if you don't really understand those, you're not going to enjoy this game. And what I mean by that is, once you figure out how to really get to the end of the level, you're going to use that knowledge and carry it over to the next level because it's just going to get deeper and deeper and deeper because you're going to have to do curves and you're going to have to avoid holes and do jumps and do crazy stuff. You'll also see bananas all over the level. You use these to unlock a ton of customized gear for your monkeys in the single player, and on top of it, you use this to unlock game modes and extra characters. Now, the extra characters can't be used for some odd reason in party mode, but you can use them in the single player campaign, or if you're just playing 2-player single player campaign, you're going to be able to customize your monkey and use the customizable characters. Now, of course, this is a Sega published game, so you're going to see some pretty cool characters from other games such as Persona, Yakuza. You even get to play as a Sega Genesis or Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast, and it's crazy to see those in the game because it's just fun, you know? When you play these types of games, you're not really playing it to be serious. While the difficulty can be very challenging at times, it's really a party game. It's meant to be played with a whole bunch of people, but on the flip side of the coin, single player is very difficult with over 300 levels and the ability to flip them and do all sorts of different modes, which, you know, I could get into here, but there's a ton of stuff to do in this game. Now, for me, my favorite part of the game is the party mode. This unlocks a whole slew of mini party games, such as, you know, to name a few here, you've got, you know, baseball and you've got billiards, you've got mini golf and standard golf, you've got this game where you just essentially shoot at each other, kind of like Top Gun, and you've got like a shooter in here with a little reticle on screen, and you just simply control that and shoot these monkey balls at enemies on the screen, and you've got the ability to race, which has power-ups. So there's a whole slew of these party games that I actually think are the standout part of this game. So if you have a family or friends over, you pop this game in and start playing party mode, and wow, it's actually a blast to play. And also, you know, in closing here, as I get to the end here, is there really anything negative I have to say about the game? And I thought about this and I thought it is kind of challenging, and I'm not going to knock points off there, but I'm going to bring that up in the review. Some people will find it very difficult, and the object of this game is to not just give up. It's really about understanding the physics and angles and understanding how much power you need to put into the tilt and how far the ball's going to roll off the side of a hill, and is it going to make it, is it not going to make it. It's all these challenges that you really have to figure out by doing it over and over. So it is a repetitive game. You know, you might say it's like the first ever Demon Souls, Dark Souls type game where you die, you try it again, you die, you try it again. So if you like that sort of party game aspect, then the party games are, you know, I wouldn't say it's like an over-the-top price game, but at $53 US on PSN, I saw that. I double-checked to make sure that was the price. Is it worth that amount of money? And I'll say that, like, if it was coming in at $39.99, I would say this is like basically a must-own based on the party games and, of course, the single player, which you can challenge your friends all the time. There's online scoreboards and all of that sort of stuff. But I mean, it's like this game's really a joy, but at $50 or $60, like after tax, I should say, is it worth it? And it's debatable. I'll be honest with you. It's debatable if it's worth that amount of money. I do think it is a very joyous game. There's a lot of joy in this game. It's like you turn on a Japanese cartoon and you're taken into that world. You've got Japanese voice acting, just yelling, and it's kooky and it's over the top. It's extreme joy. It's always enjoyable. The music can be repetitive at times, but I see what they're trying to do with it. They're trying to make it all about the idea of, yeah, it's a fun party game, it's joyful, but again, it does have that difficulty at the beginning there, especially when you get into the third and fourth level. Overall, I'm going to give the game, I think it's a 7 out of 10. It's better than average because it has that joy put into it, and it's a difficult game. So if you're the type of person that likes to overcome things in video games, you're going to really have a good time with it. But if you have a family there or friends over, it's a simple game to play, just mini-putt in, or golf, or billiards, or bowling. While not all the mini-games are, you know, amazing to play because some of them are very difficult, I think that you can get the hang of it if you really put your mind to it. So thank you so much for watching. I do recommend this game if you're just looking to have a great time. I'm guessing it's probably best to play it on, you know, a handheld console because you can turn that tilt feature on the Nintendo Switch, but, you know, you can also play it on PlayStation 5 using the tilt controls in there, which is exactly what I did with my PlayStation 5 controller. But you can also, of course, use the analog sticks. So I hope you enjoyed this review. I've got tons of stuff coming in the next couple of weeks. I really appreciate everybody watching. And overall, I think Sega did a better job this time around with this collection of Monkey Ball games rather than that game Banana Blitz we got, you know, I think maybe about 7 or 8 months ago. This is a better collection. The first 3 games are classic. So definitely go out there, pick this up if you're a fan of the originals. If not, maybe when it drops price and you're kind of interested, pick it up. And if you're looking for that party game, over-the-top mayhem, pure joy, buy it instantly. It's a blast.